To make the tuna, where's the tuna? Where's the tuna? Where's the tuna? In front of me.
Right in front of you.
Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Nikki, and today's video is going to be a quick 3 dinners that I like to just throw together during the week. And I recently did a breakfast video, and I figured these like 3 meal type videos are helpful and it's fun for me. All I have to do is film my dinner as I make it, because we make a lot of the same things but also with a lot of variation. So if you find this video helpful, please go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. And let's get started with dinner tonight. So sorry if you can hear right now, I have a veggie mix cooking on the stove. I just cut up a zucchini, 4 bell peppers, and an onion. And I just cooked that up for 10 to 15 minutes, add some seasoning, and then I use that for different recipes. I'm gonna be using it for tonight. So what I'm making tonight is just tuna noodles, and it's all pretty much in one pot, so that makes it really easy. But what I have is the Barilla Protein Plus pasta. These are the elbows. So I didn't know how much I had left, so I teared a bowl and then I poured the pasta in to see. I have 6 ounces, which is actually perfect. We like to each have 3 ounces, which is a 6-point serving. So I'll just divide it evenly. But what I'm gonna do is just boil some water in a big pot like this. I'll cook the pasta, and then after I strain it, I pretty much just add everything to the pasta. So to make the tuna for the tuna noodles, I like to use the chunk light in water. Sometimes it comes with oil, and then when you do that, it's gonna be higher point. I just prefer it in the water. I like the taste and the consistency and everything when it's chunk light in water. So you can do whatever your preference is for tuna. This is 0 points for us. 1 can is 100 calories, and it's got 22 grams of protein. So I put 2 in there, so we're pretty much each getting our own can of tuna. But I make the tuna salad separately. So I'm gonna put these in a bowl, I'm gonna strain them, add the tuna, then I'm gonna add some light mayo. So usually I add like 2 points worth, which is 2 tablespoons. I'll mix that in with the tuna and then some red onion. I'll probably use like 1/4 of the red onion, maybe half if I'm feeling like we want a lot of onion, and then salt and pepper. I'm also gonna add a little bit of everyday seasoning, and then that'll be it for the tuna salad. So once the noodles are done, I'm gonna toss the tuna salad in there, and then I'm also gonna dice up a good amount of these roasted red peppers. I have to say, this is one of our favorite parts of tuna noodles, is when I add these red peppers. So this is also 0 points for us. I'll dice those up and add them in. And then I'm also gonna add some of the veggie mix that I'm making right now. So it will have a good amount of veggies in there, which is good. It makes it more filling, and it takes advantage of our 0 point foods. We'll be gaining at least a point back from veggies. Then once that's all done, I do like to add a little bit of this either grated Parmesan or just this Italian style cheese is good, and usually I'll add like a point of that. So that'll be everything, and let's go ahead and get started because we are hungry. Okay, so here is the final dinner. This is just gonna be split between the 2 of us. So it really does make a giant serving or portion for both of us, and that's why we really like it. But it's also got a ton of protein. So this comes out to 8 points for each of us for our serving. So the whole thing's 16 points. But tracking, I tracked 6 points for the Barilla pasta, 1 point for light mayo, and then 1 point for the Parmesan. Then the tuna and veggies are all 0 points for us. So I'm gonna go ahead and divide this up, and then we're gonna eat. Okay, so I am back with another dinner recipe that we make all the time. So I'm gonna go ahead and walk through it really quick and then go ahead and start making it. Tonight we're having shrimp tacos, and when we make shrimp tacos, we love to have it with slaw. And sometimes I'll just buy like a regular cabbage bag with carrots and 2 different types of cabbage. They have it at Trader Joe's, but I've also seen it other places. And I'll usually make my own dressing with some light mayo and maybe like lime juice or sweet chili sauce. But today I'm actually just gonna be using a kit from Trader Joe's. This is the mango jicama slaw. We have been loving this one with shrimp, and so that's what I'm using today because it's gonna go bad. This actually tracks incorrectly when you scan it, but when you type in the information, it's 2 points for about a third of it. So that's probably how much we'll use. Usually we have some leftover and then I use it in a bowl the next day. But I'm gonna go ahead and just assemble this by mixing everything up with the sauce packet. So then on the shrimp tacos, we're gonna have shrimp. I have a bag of Sam's Club shrimp thawing in the sink right now, and I'll be making that. That's 0 points for us. I usually just cook it on the stove. Sorry, Maggie's eating. But I usually just cook it on the stove with some honey garlic seasoning, or maybe I'll use the hot honey seasoning today. I don't know yet, but those are both really good with it. Then we like to have our shrimp tacos on mini tortillas. So sometimes we'll do big ones, but we prefer these little guys. These are the La Banderita carb counters. You can have 4 of these for 1 point. So they are kind of small, but perfect for a good amount of toppings. We like to spread out the slaw with the shrimp. And then we also each have a guacamole cup. So these are Members Mark. They are 3 points for the entire thing, and we pretty much just split it up between our 4 tacos. So we're each gonna have one. That'll be the shrimp tacos. Then on the side, I'm gonna make us some Spanish style rice. And what I'm using for this, I actually haven't used this one yet, but this is the chickpea red lentil rice from Aldi. So this has 7 servings in it, and so I think it's gonna make a lot. Usually I'll just add in some jasmine rice, but today I'm doing it with this. Then I'm also gonna use a bag of these riced veggies. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cook this separately on the stove, and then in a separate pan, I'm gonna start cooking up this because this is frozen. And to that, I'm gonna add a can of drained petite diced tomatoes, as well as some pinto beans. Then usually I just add some different taco seasoning, maybe some garlic, and then I'll add some Taco Bell mild sauce to add a little extra flavor and a little sauce to it. And then I'll add the rice once it's cooked. So that'll be our side. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get started with the rice first. Okay, so right here I have the cauliflower sweet potato mix just heating up, and Adam is straining the tomatoes and beans for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and add those in after. And then back here, I decided to only make a cup's worth of the rice. So there will be 4 servings from this whole thing. So there are 4 servings in here of the chickpea rice for 4 points each, 16 points total. But when I make the whole recipe and combine it, I'm gonna divide the final into 4 servings. So anyway, I have that simmering until it's done, and then I'm gonna go ahead and mix it in with this and the other veggies. And then over here, I just have my shrimp started in a pan, and I'm gonna add some seasoning once they've cooked for just a couple minutes. I just pretty much just heat them up because they are already fully cooked. Okay, so here's the final dinner. So what I did with the Spanish rice, like I said, I made a cup worth of rice, a cup uncooked, and then that gave me however much is right here. I divided it into 4 servings evenly, so these 2 are just gonna be leftovers that we can make a bowl with. And then here's Adam's, and here's mine, and it's actually a very good serving. It's a big portion of rice, so I'm excited to eat that. I really enjoy that, and that's got the beans and the tomatoes and the cauliflower sweet potato rice. Then I also have my 4 tortillas, and what I did for the shrimp is I just heated up a pan, sprayed it with some olive oil spray, and tossed in the shrimp. Like I said, it was already pre-cooked, so it only needed to warm up for a couple minutes. So right away I just tossed some hot honey Weber seasoning on that, and then I cooked that for a few minutes until it was done. So that's what I have on there. So this entire meal comes out to 10 points. I gained 1 point back for veggies with the cabbage and then the tomatoes and the rice mix. But other than that, 10 points total, and it will be really filling. So that is dinner number 2. That's super simple to throw together. Okay, so moving on to quick and easy dinner number 3. Tonight we are making nachos, and they are usually a pretty low point and really filling dinner. And today won't be any different. The only thing is I don't have 99% lean ground turkey, which is what I was planning on using, so we're gonna be using ground chicken, which is points. But other than that, it's a lot of veggies and just a really quick and easy meal to throw together. So I'm just gonna quickly walk through everything and what I already have cooking. I started cooking up the ground chicken, so I just have the Purdue ground chicken. I bought 2 pounds of it, so that's cooking in a pan. And then I'm gonna add 2 packets of reduced sodium taco seasoning. Taco Bell is one of our favorites to use, so I do that, and then I add some water. Usually once the meat's done cooking, I strain out the liquid that's in it, and then I add water and the seasoning packet, and I'll cook that up. Then in a pot right now, I also have a can of black beans, and I usually rinse this in the sink. I strain it out, so I did that. I added it to a pot with a can of strained sweet corn, and then a can of diced fire roasted tomatoes. So that I have cooking up in a pot right now as well, and I just pretty much heat that up, and then I add some taco seasoning to that. So I'm using the Kinder's Taco Blend. So that's really easy. You just open the 3 cans, strain them out, throw them in a pot. I have the meat cooking, and those are like my 2 main toppings for the nachos. For the nachos, I'm gonna be using these tortilla chips. These are just one of our favorite brands. We always get them from Sam's Club. And I can have 15 chips for 5 points. So you bet I pick out the best 15 chips that I can find. I lay those out on a plate, and then I'll top it with the meat, the bean, and corn mixture. Then I'm gonna be making some homemade pico de gallo because I actually have 12 Roma tomatoes here from the garden, so I'm really excited to do that. And when I make the pico de gallo, what I do is I cut up Roma tomatoes, I cut up some cilantro, some onion. Usually I actually prefer yellow onion, but I have red onion today, so I'm gonna use that. Some lime juice. And then also I like to get jalapeno peppers that I dice, but I've also been buying this. This is just like a jalapeno paste. So I'm gonna go ahead and just use this for the pico de gallo. And then I'm also making guacamole. So I'll use the Roma tomatoes, some onion, and then I have some avocados here, lime juice, cilantro, and jalapeno. So pretty much all the same things that go into the pico, I just add to the avocado, and that makes the guacamole. So that's what I'll be having as 2 of our toppings. We're also gonna be using some of this nacho jalapeno queso, and then some romaine lettuce. So if there's anything else we add, I'll show you guys, but right now let me show you what I have cooking, and I'll make the salsa. Okay, so this is what the ground chicken looks like after I add the taco seasoning and water. So that's pretty much done. I can turn that off and it could just sit until I assemble everything. Then this is my corn and bean mixture. I added some salt, pepper, garlic salt, and then that taco seasoning blend from Kinder's. And now I just let this simmer on low heat until I assemble everything. Okay, so here is my final plate of nachos. So tracking this came out to 11 points total. I tracked 5 points for the serving of tortilla chips, 1 point for the queso, 2 points for the avocado from the guacamole, and then 3 points from the ground chicken. And like I said, we actually usually use ground turkey that's 0 points or shredded chicken breast for 0 points, but we did track the meat this time because it's the ground chicken. Still such a super filling meal. This entire plate is 11 points, like I said. Gaining 2 points back for veggies. Yeah, that wraps it up. So I'm gonna go ahead and eat my pile of nachos now, and then that wraps up today's video. I hope you guys found this helpful. I also have a breakfast video with 3 quick and easy breakfasts. I will link that in the description. And then next up is gonna be quick and easy lunches. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, please go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time.